monster.
Yeah, we will just talk. I think we can talk about that on the show too.
Okay.
Oh, surprise! I hit the button.
I don't know if you're
Are we on?
Oh, I hit the button.
We're on. Thanks, Mike.
But yeah, I was hemming and hawing about it, and I decided not to.
I'm just going to.
We're just gonna pour.
Yeah, I'm just fucking pouring
We're
right now.
in.
Fucking pour it, gentlemen.
Come on.
Fucking pour it.
Get your little ass in there. Let's go.
All right, everybody, welcome to Pints and Pistons. You guys can't hear us at all. There's no audio whatsoever.
What?
So the webcam mic is not the way to go. Nope. We can't edit that midstream, can we?
Let me check it before we go whole hog and say that there's no audio. Because that webcam mic works just fine. No audio.
I have made a mistake. I poured too hard.
Yeah, hold on.
So it's working.
Listen to it really quick. Can you hear the fan constantly?
It's pretty junky audio, but I can pick up on this stuff pretty good.
So, do we want to switch it to that one?
No, I think we're good.
No, I think we're fine.
Oh, yeah,
We're
good. I
good.
was just saying that the audio was correct.
Yeah, but people can still hear us clearly, and it's easier because sometimes we can get quiet. But anyway, somebody welcome us in before I go
Welcome to
show the
Pints and
beer.
Pistons. It's episode 21.
Finally old enough to drink.
It's crazy, right? Well, except for him.
Right. It's forever flow, so.
No, he turned 13 last year.
We're
14
starting
this
off
year.
with
That's
Sam
right.
Adams. I know, conventional.
We can't read it.
But it's a new one that we decided.
The light's on it a little bit weird.
Tilt it forward.
There you go.
Sam Adams Summer Ale. Good shit.
I
I don't think there's nothing.
It's clear.
Golden
Beer.
hazy, and satisfying. This American wheat ale is synonymous with summer.
Yee!
Our blend of orange, lemon, and lime peels create a pleasant bouquet of citrus. The grains of paradise act as crisp wheat character with a subtle spice that finishes clean. Iconic as it is refreshing, summer ale is just right for any summer day.
Got it.
Gentlemen, the 21 episodes.
And today is definitely a summer day. It is.
Oh, it's
Hot.
fucking scorching out here.
That's why we're using the fan over here. So sorry
It
about the
is
noise.
hot as
because,
balls. That's a good look for you, Mike.
Hey,
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
that's
it.
good.
That's pretty damn good.
There's nothing like extravagant about it. Nothing special.
It's basic, but
What
this
is
is a
it?
really
Damn
basic.
Damn good basic beer.
This is a
See, the fact that that's stuck to your head without adhesive just shows how hot it is out here.
Welcome to Florida.
this is like a really good
Welcome to
summer
Florida.
daily.
No.
You do get
Yeah.
the lemon when you're drinking. It's not an aftertaste, but there's a
goes
very
away.
strong lemon.
The
but it
orange
goes
is right
away.
on, but it tops off with the orange right on the end, and it tapers off, and it's actually a really crisp, subtle ending.
Nice.
So are we like?
It's always the beers that have the subtle ending.
It's a refreshing beer. That's
is
what it
refreshing.
is. It's
Well,
very
guys,
good, very refreshing.
I've had a couple of some high horsepower experiences recently.
Fuck yeah.
You tell.
I got to drive Heckman's car on the low boost setting, and
Still doing
even
it
at-
out there.
Well, what's Heckman's car though?
Heckman's car is a 2015 Mustang GT with the LPF twin turbo setup, 6R80 trans, Circle D converter. And holy crap, is that thing fast!
I was gonna say it's over 1,000 horsepower
It's
at the crank.
836 wheel on high boost, and it's 670-ish on low boost. I
Yeah.
drove it on low boost, and it's wild.
Yeah.
And actually, the 2C converter that's in it, that car's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Uh-oh.
Because that car, for as fast and as powerful as it is, it should be rowdy as hell
Yeah.
all the time,
But
but
you
it's
can,
not.
yeah, you can seriously daily drive it. You
It's-
really can.
Once you let off and you're just driving it normal, it's not much different than a stock S550. That's how crazy that car is.
And that's like the biggest thing that whenever in my life I build a drag car, I'm going to put an automatic in. I built automatic.
Oh, they're faster.
They're faster, and they're still mega comfortable.
And speaking of automatic, the second car that I drove is a brand new, this car had less than 300 miles on it, a 2019 GT Premium Performance Pack with a Roush Ford Performance blower that's rated about 700 crank with the 10-speed automatic.
Yeah, how was that transmission, by the way?
In track mode, that transmission is freaking amazing.
Really?
I didn't even bother to need, the guy who wishes he could still drive a manual didn't even touch the paddles.
Yep.
Because the ratios are so close and it shifts up so quickly, there's no need.
That's awesome.
And when you're in track mode, it shifts firm and quick, but not brutal.
So it's
But when you let off of it, it will hold the gear like a manual, and then as it downshifts, it really downshifts and will hold. It feels like you're driving a manual.
So is it snappy like a sport sequential then?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
snappy. The upshifts are great. Even normal driving, as you're coming to a light, you can feel it
What,
downshift.
is that one of the ones that has the cool ass digital gauges?
Yes.
Yes.
This one, this one has the full display.
And each time when you go from regular to like sport mode and all that, it changes. It'll go from
Yeah,
regular
so-
to
So in,
like that.
in the race mode, basically the
It's a
speedometer
big-
is just a number, and then you've got the tack is just a solid bar that goes
Yeah.
across, and it's got a gear indicator.
Yeah, when I was playing Forza Horizon, I got one on that, and I saw that gauge cluster. I was like, that is the coolest shit I've ever seen. I
Seriously?
love it.
Seriously, it's almost distracting because it's so cool. You want to watch the cluster more than you want to watch the road.
But doesn't it kind of remind you, like, if it would be something we would have put in an 80s JDM car if we had
Yes.
today's technology,
Oh,
and
hell
that's
yes.
why I love it. Is
Oh,
because
hell
of the way it's animated
Okay.
and
The
everything.
way that is animated, the dash that I can most picture that in is the late '80s, early '90s Cosmo.
Yes.
Those Cosmo.
Yes.
With that, basically I swear to Christ, I think the Ford engineers looked at the Cosmo, mirror image it, and made it for the Mark 8.
They did.
Because I had a Mark 8,
Right.
and I'm looking at
The
it, I was like-
interior. Oh yeah.
I was like, this is
Yeah.
a great design. And then when I'm looking at the Cosmo, I'm looking at the interior, and I'm like going,
Like, wait a
Wait, I've
minute.
seen this before.
okay, now I know where Link got that design from.
Yeah, no, those swooping archway interior
Yeah,
design that they did.
the waterfall center stack and all
Uh-huh.
that, and the dash went all the way across like that. It was really cool.
And the other thing
And
I wanted
keep in mind, I mean, the top level Cosmos, that thing had navigation.
Yeah.
That thing had touchscreen controls for the CD player and the HVAC system. That thing was
And
really
in the
advanced.
early 90s, that was
Yeah, that was
insane.
just unheard of.
one thing I wanted to say with that 10-speed trans in the Mustang though, when they put that in the 18, the automatic went a second faster in the
Oh yeah, I
quarter
remember.
mile off of
A
the
manual.
6-speed.
I remember when.
No, the 6-speed automatic. They cut a second off the quarter mile time just by
Well,
putting
it's
the
hard.
10-speed
It's hard
in.
to say that because there was also an engine upgrade at the same time.
Yeah.
They went from the second gen Coyote to the third gen Coyote.
No, I'm saying the 2018 that came with the 6 automatic versus this 2018 that came with the 10 automatic.
2018 didn't come with a 6 automatic.
Yes, it did.
When
They had
it came with 6-speed manual.
No, there was a 6-speed automatic or a 10-speed. The 10A was an option in 2018.
Huh.
Because I was looking at the 2018s when they first came out.
I didn't look at them because I know I can't afford it.
6A automatic was a second slower in the quarter mile.
I remember late
Just
model, I
because of
remember
the
late
trans.
model Mesh Restoration. They brought theirs out literally on drag radials, springs, and a resonator delete on the stock tune and otherwise stock engine and power. And on drag radials in crappy weather, the thing went like 1188.
Yep.
which is phenomenal.
That's what it was. The
And then
10-speed brought that car into the 11s factory.
And then BMP did bone stock with a flex fuel sensor and an E85 tune and went 1168 on drag radials. What?
Yeah.
That thing is
Stock
just
cars
nuts.
doing 11s.
Yeah, the thing is just nuts. But that transmission is amazing.
Yep.
It's a transmission that if I still had 2 legs and could drive manuals all the time,
So good.
I would get that 10-speed auto because it is a fantastic transmission.
Well,
It's a transmission it's an automatic that we actually want.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and the 6R is not a slouch. That
No,
thing is
no, no.
bullet.
Yeah.
That thing is a really
That's what
strong.
Heckman has in his, and that thing.
Yeah,
I mean, besides a converter, he hasn't done anything
yeah.
else to upgrade it, you know, and it's handling that power no problem.
The world record on a factory transmission is in the 7s.
Yeah. Which is just nuts.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. It's fantastic.
So I got some gas news that like I am like super excited about. Like I even called him at the pump,
He
like
did.
freaking him out because I'm like, ah,
He did. He was like a kid at Christmas time.
yeah. So
Christmas was in the middle of the summer and it's hot as balls out.
yeah. Oh, if you're in Australia, Christmas isn't though. So
That's
it's usually
true.
How it falls out. So the new Circle K that's right by my house that just got built. I took out the 86 to go to the local cruise and I had to go get gas, so I went there and I just happened to pull up to one of the pumps. It was the one that was open, just boom, there we go. Hit the button to unlock the fuel door, and I look over at the pump and I see a blue handle. I'm like, ooh, they got non-ethanol. See the actual sticker on it?
90.
90! It was premium non-ethanol gas. I called him freaking the fuck out because it was only 10 cents more expensive. Yeah.
That's news. It's usually like $1.
Nope,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
premium was like $2.98 or something
Yeah,
like that,
I paid,
and it was
Shell over by me. I think I paid $2.95.
Yeah, so-
$2.96
yeah, something
for
like that.
premium.
and then it was 309 was the non-ethanol 90. Put fucking $20 in the 86, and I can't wait to burn off that little bit of gas that was in the middle and just let
Oh,
it
your
hang
86
around.
gonna be happy with that.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. Like, I am so excited about that. And plus, now for the lawnmower and all that shit,
Oh, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
fill my cans up.
Yeah,
with the truck and my
I'm
lawnmower
like,
and stuff.
knowing that there's a good quality, not like regular, just 87 non-ethanol, but a good high
Yeah, the highest
quality.
I've seen around here at the places that have is like 89.
Yeah,
It's either 87 or 89.
Yeah,
That's
The
all.
one by me does 89.
So, but still, a 90, you know, that's close.
Can you imagine all the boat guys that are gonna hop
Oh,
on
no,
that?
yeah.
Right.
Especially over there near the lakes. You're pretty
Yeah.
close to where they're at.
But no, I'm super fucking excited about that because I mean, hell, I can finally have. I know it's not 93, but not having the ethanol in it, that makes it all worth it.
But-
that.
By the way, Dan, nice work on the Dry Florida video. That
Thank you. That was
Yes.
a lot of fun. I think next
I
time.
wanted to talk about that too. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know we did a lot.
We watched you take the wrong turn. We're just
I,
like,
well, I know. Well, we ended up doing a live feed at my house on Facebook just to kind of talk about it. But yeah, that was so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun, Chris.
But-
You
I
missed
know.
it.
Before we get into that, though, I just want to say to everybody who's out there watching in the past, future, whatever, dialing back to hotter than a motherfucker out here, just to let you guys know, with the humidity, right now at 8 o'clock in the evening, it is still 96 degrees out here.
yeah. And we got a fan blowing on us, by the way, and it's still.
I still got 2 more settings that can turn it up if we need to.
Fucking toasty. But anyway, Cars and Corners, if you guys want to check that out, just go on our YouTube page. It's the very last video we uploaded.
Well, it's anything from Drive Florida. Drive Florida is one that
Yeah.
puts them on, and they have multiple events that they do.
It's and the Cars and Corners is like a soft road rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
one they do every third Sunday of every month.
And I think we're gonna start going to that regularly.
And
Yeah.
it really kind of ties in with us because it starts and ends at a brewery.
Yep.
Marker 48.
And
We didn't
They
end up
always do it from there?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Hell
we,
yeah.
we didn't go back to the brewery because
The route
that we
pretty much
took
brought
this
us home.
time literally brought them out right on the 44 right by my house. So
Yeah,
we're like,
3 miles
yeah.
from his house.
So we're like, we're just gonna go that way. And
So we ended
And-
up going to another pub which has a great selection, Pine Street Pub, great selection of beers and
Oh, yeah.
we
fantastic
tried
food.
some new ones that were
and
great.
speaking of beers, if there's any breweries out there that happen to come across this that are in Florida, we'll try anything you got. Like if it's something that you might not even think you're gonna release, we'll try it. We're pretty critical with beer and everything. Like
We're not snobs. We like what we like and don't like what we don't like.
but we're honest about it. And even though we talk about cars, we really do kind of get in depth with the beer. And like I put here in the description, last episode we broke our 40 beer mark, but we've tried over 40 beers, and I
Yeah.
tallied up the
We're like
topics.
44
I think tonight's going to put us at 44,
Well,
45.
And I tallied up all of our topics with our side tangents and everything. We have spoke about 100 different automotive topics in the past time of us doing this. So
Yeah, we're
far.
coming up.
Go,
We
Fox.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were that smart collectively.
Wow.
to do that.
we have to look at it because the first episode we did on your
Oh,
YouTube.
Will, hey, you can come in whenever you want.
But yeah, no, we're coming up on our year mark.
Yeah, we're coming up on our
I
year
believe
mark
either
soon
the
too.
end of July or beginning of August. We're on that.
And
So
Wow.
Will's got a beer for us to try. It's Boulevard Rye on Rye. He's going to bring some with him when he comes up.
yeah, he's moving up here.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Will,
he's seriously moving right down the road from us.
yeah, and you know it, Will. Whenever you're ready and done with your move and you're ready to be on the show, you're on with us.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
And if you have an extra R32 Hot Wheels, I want it.
And you remember, Will, July 4th is coming up. We need freedom burnouts.
No, he moves up July 12th.
and
Because he's going to be here right for the
Holy shit, 12.9% this beer is.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That might be the only beer we tasted that night.
But
What's the highest we've done on the thing so far?
Well, we did that 14% one that I got. Remember that?
Oh,
but I
yeah,
don't know if we did it on the show or not.
No.
I think the highest one we did was
one
10.8.
Was that with that the peanut butter nasty?
No.
No, and I think that was the highest. So wasn't that like 10.8
Yeah,
or something?
That was the
like
one I brought.
Yeah, you did for Pete's sake.
No,
you-
the peanut butter nutter.
He did
nutter
the
cup.
nutter cup.
No,
I
you
think
grabbed.
I think you did the.
No, someone grabbed for Pete's sake.
That was you.
No, I didn't grab it because I knew I wasn't going to start you guys off on for Pete's sake. I was starting on Sweet Baby Jesus, but not for Pete's sake.
Somebody else did. It wasn't me on Pete's sake.
It was somebody, but yeah, no, it was like
It might have been
10
You drink a lot of beer, okay?
We lost track.
But
And then
That
both
happens when you
of the
drink.
ones we did last time were both 8s.
Yeah.
We were both 8.
Yeah.
And I found one. Almost got it tonight, but I figured I'd go see what else I could find. I did find something cool. I hope it's cool. Hope it's not a letdown. But yeah, but the other one that I found is
Don't tell me your name, but what is it? Because I want to know if it's actually one that I've had. Because I've been kind of sampling at ABC now.
it's a red.
Okay.
It was on the end of the rack.
No, I haven't.
Where the slow red came
No.
from, but it's not the slow red.
Okay.
No, we had that.
Now, I did try that 26.2 beer.
it tastes like alcohol. It's straight fucking liquor.
No.
Okay, so
okay, I was curious.
explain.
Okay, so apparently the only commercials on right now for it is a guy that just got done running a marathon, putting his feet into ice and opening one of these, and the commercial ends. There's no explanation or anything like that. The 12-pack is normally like $15 or something like that, like normal natty light prices. And ABC had it on sale for $10. So I was like, yeah, screw it. Like I'll get it. It's a good price and that, I'll get it. So I brought it up to the register.
Oh, the Gatorade beer.
Yeah, and I was asking the guy, I'm like, you heard anything? I'm like, I haven't heard a single thing. He's like, we've had a couple people come in and buy it, and they seem happy with it. They came and bought another one. It is it's a Boston Brewing Company in affiliation with Sam Adams that is doing this. It's ale brewed with sea salt and some other spice. I can't remember. So let's see. Coriander. But it's only like 4 or 4.1%. But with the sea salt in it, it adds electrolytes to it, and it actually says on the can, it is endorsed by the Boston Runners Association.
So it's like Sparks.
Yeah, it's one of those. It has electrolytes because no beer normally dehydrates you.
Coriander. Isn't
So
it?
after you're done with
We've
your
had a
marathon, it
couple
will
of our
still
beers that
help.
have had coriander going on.
Isn't that a
Speaking
black
of-
licorice flavor?
Speaking of spices,
It was
flavors.
decent.
I finally figured out the whole heap of white, the last two hippies that we had.
Yeah.
So we had the Funky Buddha and we had the Ricola.
Yeah.
Now the Funky Buddha was the unfiltered and really kind of got the banana hit off of that one. We were
Yes,
trying to
it did.
we were trying to figure out what was going on with the Ricola. I had it the other night with a pork chop and some broccoli for dinner, and I figured it out. It's more clove. It's like gum ester and clove.
Oh,
That's
going
what
on
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
It's a clove taste. You're
Yeah.
right.
Once I got it up in
Once
there-
you said it, I was like,
once
oh,
I once I got there with some pork, I was like, oh,
That's it. It's a honey baked ham.
there you go. I was like, damn, that's what it is.
That's
But-
a honey baked ham.
so yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's it right there.
But that 26.2, if you got ice, it's not the best beer, but seriously, give it a shot because on hot days like this, with the sea salt in it, it actually really does help. Because like I said, like I drank a bunch of it, I didn't have like cramps or anything like I did not feel dehydrated after drinking it. I really did not. I didn't have to like wake up in the middle of the night and get a glass of water. It was weird, but it's decent.
Yeah.
So beer news.
I'm not gonna lie. After finishing that glass, I am going to get another 6-pack of this.
This
Yeah,
one,
that's pretty good.
This one could definitely come. This one's absolutely welcome in my
Also,
fridge.
ABC still has 6-packs of land shark on sale for $5.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'm not a big fan of
But
land
but
It's $5 for a 6-pack.
yeah, but it's land shark.
And
I'm
it's
not a
not
big fan of it.
Well,
That's true.
anytime I find beer where I'm spending less than $1 a beer, I usually grab
It's
it.
not.
That's why
It's
I got
not
that
the,
26
The organic Nick Ultra.
Ah,
never lets you live that down.
But
This fucking guy.
But Cars and Corners, though, if any of you are in Florida, it doesn't matter what kind of car you have. It's supposed to be a cruise. Of course, everybody drives violently and everything, but for the
And
most
then
part,
this is the corner that you're supposed to turn at, and then I go from last place to being the fucking leader.
but the thing,
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It kind of turned around and bite us in the ass a little bit because once we got pretty much home, we decided, well, we're just going to stay up here. We turned right, and half the people behind us
Followed
didn't
us.
read the map. They followed us.
well, like put it this way, like one of my coworkers came with us, and he's got a bone stock V6 Mustang.
That
it's
is
clean as
ridiculously clean.
That thing was we could not stop talking about that when we got to Pine Street.
So and by the way, when we get time, because he lives down in Spring Hill, we're going to be doing a feature on his other car, which is retardedly clean.
Oh, you're talking about
His bring a trailer high mileage car.
Oh, you're talking that one.
He's got a 1986 Monte Carlo SS or 85.
I would love when we do that if I'm able to get the 86 and me and him just have a parking lot shoot.
Oh yeah,
Because that is
his car looks like something you'd see on Bring a Trailer that said it was never driven, but it has almost 300,000 miles on it, and it is 100% mint. And he knows the car inside and out. He's had it since 1991.
I have to break in here. I'm sorry. It is much farther than just being mint. Mint is a perfectly clean car.
Brian's car.
This car
My car's
has
not
the
perfectly
the PDI plastic on the radio bezel is still there.
And see,
that's so much farther beyond mint.
Well,
that's insane.
And when
His
you
car is
approach
basically in as delivered condition, not showroom condition.
Right.
But here's the thing: when you approach it the way he does it, it's actually more of really an artistic piece because none of that shit is actually the PDI stuff. He finds plastic things, and he had bought back years and years ago. He bought a book of GM stickers, and it's a facade, you know, like it's everything. It's not necessary. He makes it look like it though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it's not one of,
it's not
replicated. Exactly, and it's not one of those deals where like there's a show 5 hours away.
SWAT Pro truck just went by.
Yeah, he's also got that black diesel one that's really loud that he floors at everything.
Yeah,
that one guy.
Oh, that guy.
But that's the thing is like he drives this car though. Like he may not daily drive it, but if he's got a show 5 hours away, he's not putting it on a trailer. He's driving the car there, and it's got 270 something thousand miles on it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, like, he texts me over the weekends and stuff, and he can literally, and it's like, seriously, no exaggeration, he can have the car stripped to the bare chassis on jack stands in an hour and back together by the end of the night. Perfect.
That's insane.
It's absolutely ignorant.
And we applaud him.
I need to give this guy the 86.
Okay, but on the same token, after hearing about that, me and my weirdness about keeping the car clean, zip it.
No, we just make fun because you're a one-legged guy that pops off wheels like crazy.
He has trays of new bolts just in case a bolt has a very small scuff mark of a socket being on it. He'll put a new one in by hand and use a wrench with a rag to tighten it and torque it, so it doesn't look like it was ever touched. It's nuts. But anyway, the back of it though, he went there with his stock Mustang, and even if you have a stock car, Cars and Corners is so much fucking fun. It was great. The roads were beautiful. Even though we went the wrong way, I had a blast.
Yeah, his car bounced around a little bit, and I don't know if he picked the tire up.
Maybe like that.
He was definitely pretty much at full droop at one corner.
And obviously nobody knew what a Speed 3 was because the first time we were around that corner, there was that kid with that supercharged Audi.
Yeah.
And he came around the corner, and then I kind of brake boosted and got into it. And I may or may not have had everybody in the car with me, like 4 people. And all I heard was him yelling, "Oh shit!" and trying to keep up with me, and he couldn't keep up with me. But anyway, though, it was fun.
Off of that, right when we left in that, and there was another Focus ST. It was
the black one.
Yeah,
black
15
one.
plus one. I don't know what it had done to it, but it didn't seem like much. And he got next to me, and he started going all that stuff, and he floored it. And I could tell he was in second gear and floored it. I was in third already at that point. So I floored it. And I went past him. And he never tried that afterwards.
And then there was the vet that almost ate it.
Oh,
ate
in front
it right
of
in front of a cop, doing the U-turn there on 19.
The one that was in front of me, the orange one, that when he did the turn and got sideways, there was a cop sitting right there. That's why none of us did that shit.
I think the guy that I loved the most out there was that guy with that 944 turbo.
Yeah.
Because he was with us.
Yeah, he went the wrong way with you guys. Because like I said, when we took the right turn, we found him in the lead.
So that car may have been a 60,000 mile example in pristine condition, but he was doing over 100 in Mexico with us and getting sideways and whipping it around corners. And I was just like, thank you so much for using it correctly, even though it's
basically
low mileage.
Not like an money.
Yes.
Well, to top that, I forgot the gentleman's name. We've met him a couple times. He lives in Pasco, and he comes up to our Cars and Coffee. The guy with the 86 GT convertible.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the clone of my car, except a convertible. And that guy, he is amazing. He's a wonderful guy to talk to, and that he's seen my car once or twice, but he's awesome.
And he's elderly.
He is. He's I don't mean this. I don't mean this in the. Well, we're good right now.
Right now.
I don't mean this in a bad way. He's up there in age. He's probably close to 70, I will say. And this guy drives that thing like he is an 18-year-old kid with the biggest smile on his face.
So in the video, the portion we are in Mexico that you'll watch, you'll see him in front of you. This was when I was in Mexico doing about 120. And I was cruising, and he continued going. He had to have taken that thing up to 150.
The Fox?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was going.
Yeah.
Going. And like, I love it when people use their cars.
Oh, yeah.
And that was one of those things where we saw everybody use their car to the fullest.
And like I said, he lives down. When he comes up to our Cars and Coffee, he lives down 2 counties below us.
Yeah.
He drives it all the way up here and all of that.
Yeah.
And he
him and I were having a lot of fun together.
I didn't see it driving on the road, but one of the coolest examples I saw of somebody actually using their car, and this was an example of their
Only 3 honks.
Of their grocery getter being way better than my grocery getter. At Publix right up here, I spotted a McLaren fax machine being used as grocery hauler.
Oh yeah, a couple years
Seriously.
ago up here.
I pulled in and I see this car. I'm like, holy shit!
Was it the orange one?
No, it was the metallic black one.
Oh yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that's a fax machine. So I stopped, walked around it, took some pictures of it because, I mean, especially here, it's like you see.
And this was right when they came out too.
Okay, so it's fax machine. So I'd be a 12-4C.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
I knew which one you meant.
Everybody else might not, but we know. So anyway, so I'm looking at it. I sent him a picture. He's like, is that a fax machine? Yes, that's a fax machine. So I get done taking pictures. I go into cripple parking, go in Publix, come back out. I'm driving back down, and what do I see? Old dude, old lady. Well, not super old, like probably mid-50s. So not like super old. I really can't call them super old.
I was gonna say that's only a couple years old.
Yeah, exactly. Mid-50s, maybe early 60s. Shopping cart, front open, groceries going in. I was like, I took a picture of it, sent it to him. I was like, holy shit, they're using it.
Life goals.
I was like, their grocery getter is greater than my grocery
Well,
getter.
and to top that, back when we were still meeting at Beefs here, that was still when you had to Passat. Remember that thing? Yeah. Anyway, so
We're not gonna talk about that.
right.
I
I was pulling in for the meet on Wednesday, and it was right when Publix was just about to close, like the time of night and all that, because we were trying to eat before we were actually going out to the meet and that. And it was right when the SLSs came out.
Yeah.
There was an silver SLS in the parking lot, and it was an elderly lady, and I mean elderly, she late 70s, and I mean that probably in the nicest way possible, probably older. Going open, groceries in the back seat, going down, she took off, and you know what? She got on that thing, and I'm like, Grandma,
I saw a guy
doing
up in Ocala. It was a newer SLS, like the newest model they just came out with. And I mean, going down 200, this model was ripping. And I'm like, hell yeah, because he's weaving in between traffic. Some older guy in his 50s, silver hair guy. I'm like, hell yes.
Yeah, probably.
You
on
bought
the
that car and you spent all that money. You enjoy that car.
Hell yeah.
Publix again. Last week, I think, I had stopped there, and I heard something, and I turned, and it was a newer Shelby.
GT350.
And I heard it back up, obviously a manual. Backed up, and I looked in, and this is an old lady, and her husband, and she was driving. It was manual, and as she moved forward, I waved at her real quick, and they rolled the window down, and I said, "You guys do your grocery shopping and all this?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Will you just launch it for me?" And she goes, "It'll only be about the 3rd time I've done it." I was like, "But you've done it though!" And she launched it out of the parking lot for me, and I was just like, "Yes, that lady is the best."
How's that?
That's good.
Yeah, that's perfect. But we've already cranked through this beer. We need to dive into our topic, to our main thing. That we have on the
Sorry
title.
guys, we
This
have a lot of good,
Well, that's
a lot of
and
good things that we've been seeing lately. That,
What's going on over there on the chat? What's going on?
It's Will. There's a
lot of
McLaren Capri convertible for sale down there, and he was saying that Mexico's only but yes, Will. It wasn't a Turbo S. It was old 944 turbo. If you look at the video, you'll see it. I went by it for about a second, But the dude he made me happy because he was an older guy and he was getting sideways and it only had 65,000 miles on it, I think.
Really clean.
And it was really clean.
It was the weirdest looking RX-7 I've ever seen.
Yeah, same here. But and like all the way through doing it too. The only thing Paige said repeatedly, she goes, just wait until ours is done. Wait until ours is done. Wait until ours is done. I cannot wait to attack Drive Florida with this thing.
Yeah, but it currently is full of boxes.
That's fine.
And
It needs to be unboxed and re-engined before it'll be done.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't have.
Need to get on that, buddy.
At least the 350's not in it anymore.
True.
No, yeah, the 350's out of it. Yeah.
But hey, Will, as soon as you get up here, I will take you on the roads that we took that day because I totally forgot they were here and they are seriously right down the road.
Oh yeah, one of the roads we went on,
I didn't realize it was that close to y'all.
One of the roads that we had been on was this Chatta Trail, and I had literally not driven that road. I had not been on that
I forgot that road was there
since I had my S30 and 2 legs.
I love that road so much.
So there's some good testing roads for tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow a thing's happening, by the way.
What is happening?
Huh?
Would this be bouncy and dampening type thing?
Yes.
Do you want to do it at my house? Because I got something I got to do with her car. I got to pull a whole entire driver's side door, passenger side door with the car.
Well, I'm going down to the shop to put my stuff in.
Because there's a lift.
Yeah.
There's a lift and air tools.
Well,
and
after
like
that,
those things.
I really have to pull apart her passenger side door because there is something rattling around in there. Plus, the fabric just went thunk on it for some reason.
I'll look up the information for the guy that did mine.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's one of those I need something to prop it up now just to hold it. So I might just get a little bit of spray glue just to hold it for now. That's not even the one that has been falling off. It's been the driver's side one. This one just completely fell from the top.
When mine happened, I could tell that my driver's side was loosening up, and I knew.
Yeah, the driver's side's loose at the bottom. This one.
See, I knew that mine was going to come off, so I sort of did preemptive thing. But then when he did the driver's side, he did the passenger side. He literally just touched the passenger side and it fell, and it looked like it was permanently stuck. It just fell off. So it's a common thing with all those cars.
Yeah, I know, but no, there's something in the driver's door that.
Oh, I like this.
That when you close it or even roll it on the window, it sounds like something.
They meant something else.
But anything with a fish on it's got me going.
Well, they meant fishing rod, but rod bender.
Yeah, you thought something else.
Looks like this is Daughters Brewing Rod
This
Bender.
is 3 Daughters Brewing Rod Bender Red Ale.
Hey,
Swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. This American Amber
Who
Ale.
says swallow it with Rod Bender?
See, that's Spothead.
Do we want to turn that up a notch or no?
I think we're all right.
I know you're cool.
This American Amber Ale lures you in with big, bold flavors and a smooth balance that's hard to resist. By the time you get to the sweet caramel finish, you'll be hooked. And this is out of St. Pete, Florida.
Hell yeah.
You know, right now there's probably some beer snob freaking out that we didn't wash our glasses before we did this.
Right.
That's fine. This is
That's
the only
fine.
4 drinking glasses I have left. Due to many drinking failures.
Hey, I would like to say it is a style is classified as an amber ale. It is a alcohol per volume of 5.9%. A taste
Balance of malts and hops.
Yeah, it is a 23 IBU on the scale, so it's more of
Do
a
you
sweet.
smell the malt in that?
It's much it says it's a lot closer on the sweet side than the bitter
I smell
side.
caramel.
I smell a lot of caramel and
Oh
malt.
yeah, no. Just smelling it, I smell solid sweet.
Yeah, it smells very sweet, very caramely.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here's to it, boys.
It smells like
Yeah.
sweet corn. That's what it smells like.
Color's nice.
Ooh.
All right, the smell's really deceiving because I hate the smell, but that's fucking good.
No, it's got a sweet. It's sweet, but it's perfect.
Ooh,
But-
the aftertaste.
and again,
There's the
it's subtle
aftertaste.
and quick. The sweet
No,
goes away really quick.
No, for me, that aftertaste of just solid caramel kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hanging around a little bit, but it's not bad.
Ooh, it almost has a coffee taste to it.
A little bit.
Kinda.
A little bit. That's probably the malt.
Like a chocolate caramel.
Okay,
taste to it.
so I think our last red was definitely still the top of the
Oh
heap.
yeah, this one's good.
This one's great though.
It's good.
It's not a letdown. I'm good with this one.
Yeah,
It's
no,
still, that's an every once in a while window for me.
Yeah.
Ever since we hit that diver down.
Oh my
yeah,
god, this
yeah.
is good.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd find one that would replace the Romanov from Playa Linda.
Yeah,
The
no.
Diver Down.
Diver Down.
Is it
Oh,
too
yeah.
dark, Will?
Gonna say you can probably even click on the other light. gonna say, how's it? We're using a different microphone too.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us okay, buddy? Oh, no, the beer. He says the beer looks dark.
Okay.
Oh, well, the light's on now anyway.
I was gonna say, you can probably tilt that one more towards us. The one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
The camera's
No,
a
you
little
want it directly at us,
deceiving,
you
Will.
wanna move the
The
other
beer
way.
is actually a lot lighter than it looks like on the camera. It's got to almost see-through.
Yeah, you can see through it. I mean, it's translucent and it's red for sure.
Here.
It's honestly, when I was pouring it, I said that's
There
a
you go,
little,
Will.
that's a
That's what it
lighter
looks like.
red than usual.
There we go. It's a very.
Yeah,
I like it, though.
No, yeah, well, it's really, it's supposed to be amber. It's not necessarily, it says
This
amber on the
is steak
can.
beer.
It's definitely a
This
very
is
amber
steak
color.
beer.
It's a good steak beer.
This is a good steak
Hold on.
beer.
No.
This goes with a steak dinner. This T-bone,
No, you
baked
don't want.
potato, butter, cheese, broccoli, with a little garlic in it.
See, I go more along the lines of a pork chop and that, or even meatloaf. I was thinking pot roast, but no, pot roast. You want to go more of an einstock.
No, this would balance with a good medium rare to rare
Yeah.
steak, though. Like with the juiciness and the flavor of the steak, this would be a good top off to it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
But,
guys.
but honestly, though, I think you'd want to go a little lighter on your sides with this one.
Yeah.
Get some corn on the cob.
Yeah, not anything like heavy like potatoes or anything like
more
that.
cookout type stuff.
Correct,
Like,
yeah.
versus a full
Yeah,
on
definitely.
like winter steak dinner.
But
Yeah.
we're half an hour in. We've had our second beer, but we haven't even talked about our first topic.
Hey.
We spiraled off from high
Well,
horsepower
fuck yeah.
to driving and
Well, because we've had so much good stuff happen recently. Like in the last 2 weeks, we've done major events. We've had some really good beers on the side. We've
No.
had
Well,
stuff going
let's
on.
jump into it. One of us has some news.
News?
Wasn't there good news? I thought you said there was good news. It wasn't about the Dacia Sandero.
Oh yes!
Good news, everyone!
It's the Dacia Sandero.
Everybody's seen this all across Facebook by now, but they finally released the power numbers for the new 2020 GT500.
760
And
horsepower.
I love the fucking video.
5.2 liter Voodoo V8 with a
cross plane. It's not a flat plane. It's cross plane.
but it's still
5.2.
5.2.
Yeah, so it's not the Voodoo engine. It's the
It's a 5.2.
5.2 liter
okay,
Coyote
okay.
engine.
And to go back onto the last episode where I was picking on them for being Ford fanboys is one of the things I agree on because the new Camaro has gone fucking south as shit. I hate it. And nobody else in our market, yeah, that's fine.
Ghost
It's
can.
fine. Nobody in our market right now is trying to do anything fun. And as soon as I saw the advert for this, with them doing the drifting in the 760 tire mark formation,
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
I
mean,
think the
come on.
video said like, what was it? Like how fast it goes? Who cares or something like that. It was.
Who cares? It's got 760
It
horsepower.
was
I will never
something
be able
like
to.
that.
I'll probably never be able to afford one of those things.
But it is the first GT500 you can get.
exactly, it's the first special Mustang that Ford's made with two pedals. It's like they were thinking of me.
Yeah.
Now I just gotta like rub a bank or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Nothing bad will come of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, but it.
Honestly, people probably think you're kidding if you do it yourself, but then you get realistic into it and they'll just give it to you, and then nobody will ever think to chase you.
Now,
So-
what you do is you get the prosthetic leg out. You'll get yourself a prosthetic leg.
I'll hold on.
Walk in, rob the bank, leave, throw away the prosthetic leg, and when they're like, "Well, the guy who robbed the bank had two legs. You've only got
You're
one."
fucking
so it
perfect.
couldn't be
Couldn't
you."
possibly be me.
Well, did you get a prosthetic leg? Dude, ask anyone I know. I don't wear a
Hold on.
prosthetic
Hey,
leg.
hey,
don't
no,
even
I
know.
got this. I'll dress up as a leg in a full sock outfit. I'll rob
Perfect.
the
He'll be my
bank,
leg.
and when it comes back to it, where he's got the money,
He's dual purpose.
Hey, did
He's
you-
backup and a leg.
did you rob the bank? No, it must have been my leg. He's gone rogue.
Like he was definitely, he was definitely shorter at the time, though. But I think to dive right into it, though, obviously in the title, we're going to talk about some European cars tonight. I threw it out there. Oh, fuck. This isn't a cooking show?
No.
Oh, shit.
Wait, I thought we were doing home repair. What the fuck?
Oh, God. Anyway, I threw it out throughout the week, and everybody agreed.
I
I'm
don't get
glad.
paid enough to deal with this shit.
And I want everybody out
You
there,
don't get
too.
paid.
I know, Will, that you're
I
watching.
do get beer.
And
Yes,
anybody in the future, 2000 to 2010, what is your favorite European car. He said spam, 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 more spam. So 2000 to 2010 favorite European car. Oh, I'm gonna dive right into mine.
Fuck it. I'm going two. I got two. Fuck it. I'm doing it.
I only got one. I'm going into it. Mainly because of the functionality of the car and me being my wagon self. For me, it's going to be the early 2000s Audi RS6 Avant.
Oh yeah.
Before they put
solid choice.
Before they put the W8 in it, when they still had the V12 in it, when they had the V12 in it, that car was almost 500 horsepower. It was a station wagon that could do whatever you wanted.
Estate car and/or shooting brake.
Sorry, it was an estate car.
Proper names.
Yes, and fantastic car, extremely functional for anything you need it to, and the kids would never be late to school.
True.
And also too, I never been really a big fan of Audi's styles. I honestly don't like any of the new Audis. I don't like the R8. I don't like any of those. But the early RS6 Avant, I don't know what it is about that, but I think that car just looks good.
The styling was clean.
It was very clean, and
everything
very elegant.
Everything was proportional.
Yeah. And
very business person.
And the fact for not that much more money at all at the time, instead of a plain old, I can't remember what was the RS6 even. It was like an A6, I think. You got the RS6 version, and you could get it in a station wagon with a V10 in it, and you put you straight pipe it. Fine.
Sounds like a freaking Formula One car.
Oh my God, yes! And
sound like a Formula
One of my
car.
buddies almost bought one, and I almost bought one too, because nowadays they're actually reasonably priced. You can find an RS6 Avant for about 12 grand.
And the problem is though, there's no such thing as a cheap German car.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a 7 Series BMW, and you're like, yes, I got it for $3,000.
No, you didn't.
See, it was between
You
that
made a
and
$3,000 down payment.
Right.
On all the repairs you're making.
Prepared to make some repairs.
it was between that and the 996 Carrera GT3 RS, but that car was kind of made to be performance oriented, and I feel like Audi took like I said, I think it was the A6 platform, and they took that and they took the Avant, which would be the Estate, of course.
And I love that name too.
I do too, and they took that and they said, you know what? How about we take a V10 and we'll throw it in that thing? Why not?
Hell yeah, brother.
And they did, and I think that was really great. I love.
Hold on, we have to talk about how that meeting went. I think we should.
No, this absolutely proves that Germany has rednecks too.
I think we should put the V10 in that car. Why? Why not?
Why not?
Good point.
And that was the thing. It's a thing that manufacturers don't really do anymore. They don't really give you the plain car with an amazing drivetrain and upgrades and everything. And I really loved when that was happening, i.e. my car, even too. But I don't know, man. It was like that car. I think it sounds beautiful. I think it's a great deal for the price, even when it was new. Of course, repair costs suck dick. But
no, that's like when Steve had the.
But we're talking about European cars, so all of our cars are probably going to suck to maintain.
Oh yeah, especially mine. Especially mine.
But anybody else want to dive right in? Go right ahead. That was mine.
Since we're going 2000 to 2010, I'm going to drop right in the middle. I'm going to go with a 2005 Ferrari 550 Maranello.
Oh, yes! Yes! And yes.
Take it out on Saturday, pull it into the shop on Sunday.
Exactly. But, I mean, it is a proper two-door, front-engine, V12, rear-wheel drive coupe. The styling's amazing. It's restrained.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful car. It's restrained. The interior is beautiful. It has a V12 sitting in the front that drives the wheels in the back, so that means you can do burnouts and donuts and all kinds of stupid shit with it on your way to the Ferrari dealership for your engine out service.
That is the proper car to go. You have money. You go, you get your wonderful Chanel or whatever the fuck bag, put it in the back seat, you get your wife, you go, you're cruising down the road, and you do a wonderful road trip to the Ferrari dealership where you have your engine out.
Right.
Or your weekend getaway.
Stay at a 5-star hotel for a couple of days, and then you drive your car back.
Right.
And
then you call a flatbed to take it back to the Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. But the little silly thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the Ferrari that has the hilariously tiny shifter in it?
I think it is, because it was one of those cars that could be had either with a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed F1 style sequential.
Right, and the sequential, if I'm not mistaken, the shifter was about that tall and about that wide, and you could like literally grab it like this and put it in drive.
Yeah, but then the rest of the time you're doing stupid flight battles.
Yeah, but
Well, while you do that, you go, do you have any gray poop home?
yeah, but
Those
I
were
have to
Rolls
say too,
Royces.
and if I'm not mistaken, as well, for Ferrari, the Maranello had been a very long time since they had a front-engine rear-wheel drive platform.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And then the other car they had at the same time was the so-called 4-passenger 456 GT.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even still, like the Maranello, the styling, it was a beautiful coupe. It was it was aggressive, yet looked like
Solid,
it could.
But it was still
exactly.
But it was also restrained.
Exactly.
And even its predecessor, the 575M, was again just that. And I mean, looking at that also too. I mean, obviously not as rich, being the Jaguar XK8 and XKR, or the other V12 Astons at the time.
Yeah.
I was like any of those cars, but any of those.
Like the DB7s.
Yeah, but V12 front engine, 2-door, 2-seat, rear drive, luxury coupes.
And I don't know if it's because they used it in movies mainly, but I feel like too that the 550 was commercially speaking one of the more beautiful Ferraris because every time Ferrari has done a front engine vehicle, it has been substantially beautiful. And I'm not saying like any of the mid-engine ones aren't, but I'm saying the 550 probably was because how commercialized it was, but it appeals to everyone though.
Well, like I said, I mean, it goes back to Enzo. Enzo didn't do mid-engine cars until I think it was the 250 LM.
Yeah, but
the 250 LM, and then after that, it was what the 305, right?
No, the 330s.
Yeah.
Not the GTC, but like the 330 P1 and P3.
And when you saw a 550M, you knew that motherfucker meant business.
Oh yeah.
When you saw it.
I mean, and you look at it next to a 360 Modena.
Yeah.
Which is
Wait,
equally.
the
360 Modena was,
one of my favorite Ferraris of all time.
400 horsepower, 3.6 liter midship, naturally aspirated V8, again, manual transmission or F1
Great
sounding,
awesome.
Sounded awesome. They handled beautifully. I mean, it probably run rings around. I mean, on a pure road course, it could probably outperform a 550 Maranello. But if I'm going to hop in one and go across the country, hopefully without stopping other people.
No, you go back up. No. Garage is open.
Sorry.
Come on, dude.
We have a doggo.
Come on,
Hey,
dude.
Doggo showed up. It's
Come on,
okay.
dude.
That happens on Pints and
Come on, dude.
Pistons rather regularly.
Yeah, 'cause
Come on,
doggos are awesome.
You're not in trouble, dude. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
He's not going in there.
He's okay,
Go
buddy. Go back in.
Doggo interrupted. So yeah, if you're having a crowd across country, I think the 550 M that's the car.
So I just love how the 550 is named after the guitarist in Rage Against the Machines.
Not Morello.
Come on, man.
Bit of a stretch there, Mike. Let's face it, stretching's not your thing.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. I tried. But no, I just love that the styling of that. Went, yo, Duchess, hey, can you let her in a second?
Yep.
Come on, Duchess. Duchess. Come on, Pepper. Found her.
Is she sneak past you?
No, she's right here.
Nope, there she
That's
goes.
fine. That's
Come on,
fine.
baby.
Chasing her in. She's going to a run.
We got her. We got that. You're good. Also, I'm like, oh, there she is.
All right, so we'll dive into mine, I guess.
I didn't think they'd be outside, but
But before you do, just the styling of that car is one of those. Every time I see it, it just looks like a straight modernization of the Daytona. Like I see that.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
the proportions
Well,
and all that.
it's the quintessential
So,
Ferrari.
Well, this is what I was saying. Ferrari was not one, especially for his road cars. Mid-engine was really not a thing until the 512 or 365 Boxer Meta.
Yeah.
I think was the first mid-engine road car that Ferrari did.
And
Everything before that was
front engine.
365, 275, GT, GTB, GTB4, and all the 250 series
and
cars.
those
Everything
cars
was all
were
rear-wheel
just-
drive.
Beautiful. I mean, they are literally works of art. You stare at them,
Yes,
and I'm like,
Well, that's what the point of owning a Ferrari is.
Yes.
You own a rolling piece of
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going 100 miles an hour when it's just parked there in your garage.
And then it
that's
starts-
the point.
then it starts up, and it's
Sometimes.
just But then it just sounds like
those
angels talking.
Those Colombo V12s are actually pretty stout.
Yeah.
the way they work.
But I really have to pee, but I want to hear yours before I go pee.
So
So
Thanks for sharing.
everybody said that I had
Yeah.
to do BMW, and I sort of did. I kind of, sort of, almost went BMW.
wait, Kind of, sort of, almost.
I had to go to that specific island where they do things differently. I went with the Morgan Arrow.
Okay.
You know, it's different.
Weird flex, bro, but okay.
It's a weird
I see where
flex.
you're going. I'm liking where your head is on.
Once again, I mean, we're talking about a car that is art in motion.
And
It's
built out of wood.
Yes,
looking at
I
them,
agree.
they are that
They're cross-eyed.
retro.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like,
cross-eyed.
They had that film noir feel to
That's
them.
actually those cars are more retro futurism than anything J. Mays did
Yeah.
before.
and,
Right.
and if you were driving one and somebody stopped you and started talking to them and you told them the year it was, they wouldn't believe you
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, it looks old and futuristic at the same time. It's a gorgeous car.
So I'm no longer the hamster of this. He is.
But
But have you seen the guy who put a Mustang with a convention with a turbocharger in one before?
so,
Pretty good.
but there's a big but there. It's still a BMW because they use BMW 4.8 liter V8 to
That's
power
true,
that
they did.
car. It's a BMW engine and transmission. So it's an English car, but it's an English car that will
Work?
yes.
Well, hold on. Are the electronics?
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
Bosch Electric?
Still, they use the Bosch electronics, I believe.
All of the electrics?
I would assume that at least the engine management
Okay.
system is probably Bosch, seeing as it's
Oh,
a
yeah. I was gonna
Bosch
say because if they use
engine.
Because if they use anything from Land Rover, then the rest of the cars are gonna be garbage.
Well, then everything else that'll do. I mean, it was
Yeah.
built in a shed, so
That's
obviously it's going to have some problems here and there.
it's the reason why the English love warm beers because the refrigerators
Lucas,
don't
yeah,
work.
Lucas,
Exactly.
yeah, because Lucas made the fridge.
Exactly.
Right.
You know they tried to make an electric car once.
It probably burned down.
No, it didn't run.
It didn't run?
No, seriously, they actually tried to make an
And
electric car
Lucas
once.
did run.
Lucas tried to make electric cars.
I'm sure it
They
didn't
made
run.
one and it didn't work.
Well,
I wonder
unfortunately,
why.
it was full of Lucas Electronics.
I saw that article and I read it and I said it to him. I'm like, they actually tried.
And
Good
it
for
failed.
you.
Failed.
Good. The South Park smug face. Good for you.
The only people that are worse at making electronics are the Italians. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Lucas trying to make an electric car would be like me trying to do the hokey pokey when it gets to stick your right foot in.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
So, should I just wait for Dan to get back? I know
We can wait for Dan to get back. I can talk about the Morgan Arrow.
Talk about our.
I mean, yeah, it's
All
cross-eyed.
right,
What color would you do?
Look, silver. That dark silver they do.
Now, see, I would like that white, that cream white metallic they did.
Well, the Morgan.
Yeah.
That cream white
I
metallic.
agree with you
They
there.
also
They
did
do
this
like-
really sweet cobalt blue that
Yeah.
If you're
But
gonna
you
say,
can
if
also-
you're gonna talk about
Well, that's a
Morgan,
car that looks good no matter
Morgan.
what color it is.
But they also did that like really dark.
Oh
burgundy
shoot!
What?
Will put up a really, really good one actually.
and the thing that it did last time. The
Yeah.
The thing.
Ding a 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 ding. Sorry.
Yeah, Will.
There we go.
I actually didn't even think about that. The Lotus is free turbo.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's a really
So
good
I looked
one.
at those. I thought about that.
Have you guys ever looked at one of those?
Yes.
Close and
Yeah.
personal?
I have
Yeah.
never seen one in person.
They're shit boxes.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh,
yeah.
I've heard
they're-
terrible fucking stories
Your
about them.
build quality is that or right.
Yeah.
They're good to look at in pictures though.
The one that I
Pictures
saw,
are nice,
it was
but
that
their build quality is
when
garbage.
when the UCF people were still doing that night
Ah,
show that
the
we
old-
go down to.
Yo, yeah.
Oh, we fucking had so much fun at those. They were amazing. A guy brought one out one time and he closed the door and literally his handle fell off as he closed the door.
But that's
And
what I've
the
heard
door
about
slammed
before.
and the handle fell off and I'm like, it's a Lotus.
I remember looking at one that was traded in at the Ford dealership down in Brooksville, and it was less than a year old. And you know the black paint lit around the windows, that was literally peeling off the inside of the glass where it was sealed to the body.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the build quality were absolutely
And like I said, I've heard that about a lot of Lotuses too. It's just like kind of a thing with them.
But it's one of those the Elises. I would
Yeah, a bunch of fucking
100%
rich people building
have an Elise. The reason why it's got a fucking Toyota engine, the 1.8 liter.
Yeah.
You can't boom, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's like a Volkswagen. Everything around it will fall apart.
But here's the cool thing about that, for me anyway, is that means I can take the drivetrain from the Celica GTS with a paddle shifted automatic,
Attach it to that motor. Boom,
drop
there
it
you
right
go.
in and make it work. I've seen Seen K20 swaps in those.
Mhm.
There's another company in Britain that was doing Hayabusa motors.
Yeah.
Packs in those things. I mean, you can do all kinds
Oh
of
yeah,
shit.
well, they're great.
Turbocharged Booster motor in the back of it.
Yep.
Because they're so friggin' light.
So I'm going.
They're probably the only modern car outside of the Ariel Atom that adapts the Colin Chapman process of simplify and add lightness.
Yes. I'm going in. Fuck you guys. I have two because I couldn't make up my mind and I had this going. First one off, clown shoe, all the way. I mean, come on. You have a 2-seat roadster.
Hatch.
Well, no, 2-seat roadster. What will make it better? Fucking put a hatchback on it.
Well, for the people who don't know, what's the clown shoe?
It's the Z4, or is it Z3 or Z4? I can't remember.
You almost didn't remember.
Z3.
Z3,
Yeah.
It's actually just called the M Coupe. is what it's
Yeah,
called.
well,
the
fuck that shit.
Oh yeah, the BMW M Coupe. Okay.
Yeah.
Coupe. But
I know
it's
what you're
basically a
talking
Z3 with a hatch and a big
Yeah.
motor.
I think they're
The reason they call it a clown shoe is because the way the cockpit with the hatch
It's an aero coupe.
it seriously is a
No,
clown
I
shoe,
get the
where
name.
it's full front, just there you
Clown
go.
shoe.
But it's amazing. You got a 2-seater, wonderful little sports car. What makes it better? A hatchback that you can actually put shit in.
And a wide body rear end.
Yes, and it's
And
just,
2 more cylinders.
It is great. It is wonderful.
Hold on.
I believe those
With-
had what, the M54 in them?
I don't know.
I believe it was the
I don't
M54, and
speak
those were nasty.
I'm not up on BMWs.
I think it was like-
nomenclature, but I know
it was
that
over
they went from
200.
the 4-banger to the 6-banger.
Will said for Lotus. Lotus stands for lots of trouble usually. Serious.
But yeah, no, that the clown shoe is amazing. It grows on you. It's one of those. Some people look at it, they love it. Some people look at it and they think
Yep.
it's the ugliest car ever.
Well, it's one I've always wanted to drive because I feel like the way that car is designed,
It looks fun as hell.
Yeah.
it looks like it would handle really well.
It
Like
does. It
even
really
even though
does.
it looks kind of ignorant, it looks like the
You're
weight
ignorant.
distribution.
Ignorant.
But I feel like the weight distribution, like with the hatch being on it, like I think that would be a really fun car.
Oh
to
yeah,
drive.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, having a roof on it with the pillars back there definitely adds structure.
Oh, most definitely. But what's your other one there, Magoo?
The-
Go on then.
Okay, I know. I think I know where he's going with this one. And if it is what
It is.
I believe it is.
It is.
Have you ever driven an 80s 2.2 turbo Mopar?
Yeah.
I believe this one would probably scare the shit out of you way worse than one of those when it comes to torque steer. Basically, if I had the ability to drive one and there was one sitting right there, might be dead afterwards, but I'd die with a smile on my face.
The Focus RS 500.
Oh
The
yeah.
5-cylinder beast.
Yeah.
Turbocharged, front-wheel drive car.
Turbocharged front-wheel
Ford
drive.
fanboy.
5-cylinder, and that
Yeah, no,
5-cylinder
I
makes
agree,
the
no,
best
100%.
sound
I
ever.
love it.
And
Yeah.
a 3-door hatch.
Yes.
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 So that was
Oh,
the one
God.
that had the special dip that was supposed to nullify torque
And
steer.
it didn't.
No.
It didn't work.
No,
Exactly.
it just made the tires fly off even more.
That's a bucket list deal. I need
But
to drive
it's
one of those before I die.
330 horsepower to the front wheels off of a 5-cylinder turbocharged
That
motor.
sounded fucking
Oh,
amazing.
Yes,
Anything
it's-
5-cylinder.
You heard that noise and you're looking around. You're looking past the
It
Focus,
sounded
making
like,
the
it
noise.
sounded
You're
like an S1 sport.
Yes.
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 Rally car.
Yes.
It did. And it had the proper pops and bangs and crackles.
Oh,
it was not
yes.
the computerized pops and crackles of cars now. It was seriously, when you heard that, there was 5-foot flames coming out of the back.
Yeah, it was
But the
pops
guy
and
behind,
crackles because something wanted to come apart and just eat everything inside.
exactly.
Right.
There was a guy behind us
There was a
steering wheel
demon ready to come out
staring,
of that
going.
To my sister. We got to try at least one of those beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Megadeth.
No, I've had that one before.
Okay.
Take it.
Yeah, we have had the Megadeth
Yeah,
before. I think
yeah.
episode.
We didn't have it on the show. We haven't had it on the show.
No, we
I've
had it.
We've had it.
But we're already at 9 o'clock. We're gonna do at least one though.
Yeah, we'll do one. We're good.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
do the Virginia one.
Yeah,
The one that like is actually.
The two other than Megadeth are the Virginia.
Okay. So yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
edit. 330 horsepower. Fucking torque. And if you ever watch Jeremy Clarkson driving it, he goes, "All right, I'm getting into it. Power. Oh, there's a torque steer.
Right. Yeah, it had that special dip that eliminated torque steer.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
And that
No, it
thing
didn't.
would tripod no matter what. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I have always wanted one of those. That's what I wish the Focus would have came to the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I
We
know,
never even got that generation Focus.
Yeah.
Right.
it's one of those like seeing my shit. Even though basically me and Dan have the same mods and all that. It's one of those. If that came around, oh fuck hell,
I'd go
hell
over it
yeah,
too. Most
hell
definitely.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. So it was good. But yeah, so while we get another beer.
Yeah. And this
Is
beer.
that a SBS?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, you didn't see the price of it, so
No. Sorry.
I'm just getting the picture
Um,
ready.
Anyway, want another beer?
Cheers.
Let's finish this off so we can have another beer.
I lost my ring trail pages. Oh well. History.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny aftertaste of that one.
Yeah. When it gets warmer, it gets worse.
Yeah. In that regards, it's not as good as the
Yeah.
Definitely nowhere near the diver down for that.
Yeah,
Right.
diver down. Even after
Diver
it's
down.
warm, you're still like, this is fucking good.
Now I have room for it.
All right. Well, this one's
Yeah.
only going to be a short blast for all of
So
us.
has
anyway.
Will said?
So it's Mike's
anything
house.
else?
Will's been. we've been
I know.
talking-
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
See, that's a great thing. That's why
I can't see the chat. Sorry, Will.
Will, I'm curious what you mean, Will. James May proved that car to be absolutely amazing, even off road. What car? Which one are you talking about? I missed it. Let's see what he says.
Yeah, no, this is why I really cannot wait for Will to get up here, because when he gets up here, guys, we have to have him on the episode. The reason why.
Oh, the BMW, the
yeah,
Z4, the Z4M Coupe.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The only reason I picked this one is because we have to split it because it is a heavy one.
That's fine.
Um,
So before you go into that, we're just saying once Will gets here, he has to be on the episode. He is one of our most loyal fans watching
Yes,
this
right.
Yes,
every
definitely.
single time. Thank you so much, Will. You are
Okay,
keeping
look at
this
that.
channel alive, and thank you.
Woo! Read us the description.
Yeah, this is by Goat Locker, Young Veterans Brewing Company, which is a fun fact, veterans.
Veterans
Which-
owned.
Which
Veterans
we
owned, operated.
and,
Hey,
yeah, and
thank
it's
you very much, guys.
a
Thank you.
big shout out to
Haven't
my
even tried it yet, but we're just gonna say it's awesome.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
huge shout out to my sister Debbie. Her and her husband got this for us. He's actually in the Navy.
Oh.
This stuff isn't sold everywhere, and she's up in Virginia, and I really appreciate you giving this to Paige to bring down to us. This stuff is angry, but we're splitting it between all of us. Well, obviously, off rip, you see the label. It looks aggressive. This shit's 11%. It is it's a breakfast, I think, stout.
It says
And
breakfast stout.
if you want to go ahead and read us into it, and go right ahead.
The Goat Locker, breakfast stout. Goat Locker, the colloquial term for the chief's mess. Aboard American maritime vessels, with that cramped edifice of authority in mind, we brewed this imperial chocolate coffee oatmeal milk stout and dedicated it to those grizzled veterans. We used the finest locally roasted espresso blend from Cafe Stella in neighboring
I'm
Norfolk, Virginia.
soft pouring it.
Hey, all I gotta say,
Holy
guys,
fuck.
is 1, 2, 3. I call a bottle. I call to keep a bottle.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep one too.
I'm
so.
gonna keep one. This is freaking.
Hey, we
cool.
got 4 of them.
No, we don't. So whoever wants to keep one,
There's oh no,
There's
no,
only
never mind,
two
never mind,
sets.
you
Go
got it.
ahead.
It's yours.
look at the fucking head on that shit, man. Give me, yeah.
Like, it,
No,
I think I might have given you more than half. I don't know.
No,
but
you
okay.
split
yeah, we're
yours.
splitting.
Yeah, split yours between me and him. Are gonna split.
Well, no. Here, you're going between you and Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
man,
definitely
look
no.
at that stuff. Look at
That's just foaming coming out of the.
look at that.
I gotta
How
oil
did,
that
how did
out.
I do this and you do that?
Oh, no. Look at that. I soft poured it. That shit's dark.
Yeah.
Soft
Woo,
pour.
woo, woo.
The pour on this is
Holy foam.
180 degrees from the nitro stout left
Right.
hand.
Hey.
Oh man, we're gonna let that settle down for a second. That's
So-
aggressive.
While we're waiting for this to settle down, I'm going to start off. I actually got 2 cars for bringing trailer. I'm just the second one. I'm going to tell you the car. I'm just going to tell you the price to get your reaction to it because I think it might be the highest price one of these we've seen.
Super soft.
But-
soft party.
It's a super soft pouring
Fucking
beer.
super soft.
There.
bro.
Our first car is a
Like it foamed up in the bottle. I want everyone to see that.
there it
That's
goes
the
again.
Vindit. This is a 1992 Subaru SVX.
Oh hell yeah!
It's
this
a
one,
really nice color.
this one is in Trabuco Canyon, California. 70,000 miles shown. 3.3 liter flat six, 4-speed automatic, which they all were. Claret metallic over black leather. The
You said claret? That's that dark red that came in.
oh
right?
yeah, it's really pretty.
Is it tan interior?
Black. The hood, front bumper, and fenders were repainted not for crash damage, but for stone chips.
shading.
Stone chips and stuff.
Oh, stone chips.
It has a JDM style front grille, new plugs, PCV valve, VGR controller, replacement tires, updated Clarion stereo with Apple CarPlay, has window sticker and memorabilia, service records, and fuel logs. Clean Carfax, private owner.
Did you take a smell of that yet, by the way?
Smell.
Oh my god.
That's why we all
I'm
went,
excited.
oh.
Um,
Okay, can you read that again? Because like that just completely
I
blew my mind.
already got a price in mind, but
Okay, so-
New Clarion sounds
New Clarion with Apple CarPlay, window sticker, memorabilia, service records, and fuel logs. And it's a private
What
party.
does it mean, fuel logs?
That means he's probably kept fuel mileage records.
Yeah,
gas receipts.
Okay.
The-
Just want to make sure.
The audio unit in it, you said it was upgraded.
But it's a Clarion.
Yeah,
Clarions are
but does
expensive.
it have pictures? Does it look factory?
There's probably going to be some
Hey,
pictures in
most
here.
of Clarions, because I've looked at that for the 86, and
Actually, the stereo looks like it hides behind a
it does. It
door.
hides behind a.
It hides
a
behind a door
flush
underneath the HVAC control, so you don't even see it.
Does it have one that it shows it?
Uh,
I mean, if it's gonna hide it, I'm just thinking.
Oh shit! I just saw all the receipts for gas.
Well, SVX.
I'm looking through the pictures to see if there's one with the.
On my parents' room that they live in off of Rock Crusher,
Yeah.
there was one that the guy right down the road from us that was a snowbird. He had a green one that's out in front of his
Well,
house.
SVXs don't have like a giant following, and I'm trying to think like.
Yes, this does have a picture of the radio in there.
It is a double din.
It's a double din
touch
screen.
Is it well, Will's asking, is it touch? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double
yeah,
disc.
hey,
Apple CarPlay
Will,
set.
it's literally an Apple Car. Yeah,
Hey,
like
and
well,
it integrates
touchscreen and
it
everything.
But it
integrates
integrates beautifully, so I gotta say that's at least a $300-400 Clarion set right there.
Yeah, but SVXs don't have a big. I'm gonna say $8,000.
8?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
say.
wait a minute now. Let me bring up some pictures that aren't in the
Okay.
auction so you guys can see.
Because this thing looks super clean. Okay, all right, I got my price.
Oh,
Okay, my price
shit,
this one
okay.
Super
It's
clean.
super clean.
Price
Look
went
at
up.
those
Oh, it's
seats.
an automatic though.
They're
Right.
all automatic.
They are.
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna say 10, like dead even 10, because I think that'll give me enough room. It is stupid clean, but I'm still saying 10. 70,
I
you said
got
75,000 miles, right?
70.
70, so it's about to break. Okay,
And
so
what year did you say it was?
It is a
Will says 7,200. I'm saying 10.
92.
92.
I felt like Will, like I agree with you, but at the same time I feel like it is stupid clean. I'm feeling like 10 though.
Okay, I got my number.
But hold on, before y'all even do anything. Actually, I want everybody to say their numbers. Don't reveal though. Everybody, tell us your numbers.
Okay, well, you said
I'm
10.
saying 10. Yeah.
I'm saying 12.5.
I think you guys are all high. I think $6,900.
All right, kiddos, let's try the fucking beer. Cheers, everyone.
Keep everybody in suspense.
Guys,
This is
hey, I'm gonna say it smells. Fuck it.
Wow.
Whoa!
No, it felt it
It
like.
foamed up more.
That's an adventure.
Whoa!
Okay, hold on.
What just
hold on,
happened in my
hold
mouth?
that thing carbonated and fizzed up
That-
like
that's what I
a
was gonna say.
Like a
Coca-Cola.
soda.
Right.
What just
The-
happened?
The amount of carbonation in that when it hits your mouth is
It
like
literally
I'm going
just
in
went-
again.
You know,
Yeah, I'm
turned-
going
it
too.
just went to foam.
what that just hit. Okay, now that you just
Holy
took a sip.
shit! There it went
Okay,
again.
hold
Hold on, I gotta try something. Hold on.
No, don't do that. Jesus
I
Christ.
gotta see. Look at that though.
Okay,
Holy shit.
So think about it this, guys that are watching, or guys and gals that are watching. When it hits your mouth, imagine
Holy
a room temperature Coke touching your mouth.
and just
And
instantly
how
turn
it
into
instantly
fizz.
foams.
And then
That's
like,
what
and then,
that
like
is.
seriously, a fucking army of Mongolians attacking your taste buds.
You
That's
goddamn
an
Mongolians,
adventure.
you knocked me on my
What
Like
ball.
that's all I can say. That's an adventure.
Whoa.
flavor.
This
Whoa.
is something, you know,
I like it.
I'm
I
not,
do.
But that half the glass is about all I'm going to be able to take.
Oh yeah, no, I
You
couldn't
know-
drink a whole one.
I'm not really sure exactly what I'm tasting because it just shows the fizz and it sort of hides some of it.
Oh,
It
yes,
almost- hey,
fizz.
That's a root beer
It,
burp.
it almost has a sour taste to it.
Kind
of it.
But
There's
that's
a bit of
root-
a soy sauce and sour and savory going on, but
And
there's
there's
also
some
the sweet.
And then there's
Like
a
a
coffee
coconut.
bean dropping on your
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
smashing you like a giant coffee
It's
bean.
hard. It's
Being crushed by a 50-pound
Hold
bag
on,
of
no,
coffee
it
beans.
literally finishes like a Coke. Like, you know when you take a sip of Coke and the aftertaste of Coke,
and then you want to burp afterwards.
it literally has a Coca-Cola
Oh my
kind
god.
of aftertaste to it, right?
Even a
That's
slow,
amazing.
even a
No, like I'm very.
Will
even a slow drink, as soon as it hits your tongue,
It foams
yeah.
up.
But it's not bad. It's just
Hey, well-
it's the consistency of a soda.
Apparently, we have the wrong type of glass. Will is saying we have the wrong glass.
Yeah,
we need
no,
a
no.
snifter glass
No,
to drink
yes,
this properly.
you need the ball one, the ball, almost like a big wine glass type deal. That's
A
what you need.
sniffer,
That's what you need for this.
I could see that.
Woo.
But this
That's aggressive.
is something different.
That is different.
It's really good though.
Yeah,
I like
but
it.
it's just
I could not do this one.
No,
all the time.
no,
This is
no. This
Yeah,
is
no,
a
I
half
already-
a glass beer.
I already
This is
feel
a-
it in my stomach. I'm either gonna have like the crazy farts after this, or he's got no dick, or
Hold on. Dodge Dakota and it's squatted.
Squatted Dodge just went by. Total brodozer.
Anyway,
sorry.
what do you have to sell for?
8,700.
Fuck.
Okay, now.
Will got it. Will got it.
going over.
Good job, Will.
I knew it wasn't over 10K. Those
I
cars
should've
don't
stuck
have
with
that
my
value.
original
No,
fucking price.
Will, this
Yeah.
thing is super clean. That's the reason.
Yeah,
why
how about bring a trailer, look at the completed auctions, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Now, this one
Hey,
here.
we got a couple on this one.
Okay,
Let's
now
keep on
this
doing
is one that I thought about just to like make you guys guess the price, but honestly, I don't think we've seen one of these that sold for this number before.
Okay.
I've seen one of these that sold for 48 something on Bring a Trailer a few months ago, and I think we did that one on one of their shows. So
That was the yellow one.
no, it was another white one. Okay, so what we have here is a 98 Integra Type R, number 79 of 1,000.
Is it an Acura or a Honda?
Accurate.
Okay.
So it is
So it's a USDM one?
I'll get to that. It's a 1998 Acura Integra Type R, 27,000 miles. It is number 79 of 1,000 from the U.S. market. White,
Whatever.
black interior, VTEC and all the stuff. Fresh timing belt and water pump.
Stock.
Completely stock. Championship white, black fabric. Clean
For 40,000 miles, you said?
27,000.
Location.
New Jersey. It is an original owner car. This is the original owner selling it.
Okay.
And
So
98?
safe to say he only did summer driving.
Yeah, let's put it this way. If I said this car had 2,700 miles on it instead of 27,000 miles on it, you guys would believe it.
Yeah,
Right.
but the Type R hype has dropped.
When I tell you the price of this thing, I'm not going to make you guys guess. I just want to see your reaction to this price. When I tell you the price for this, I think you'll
Before you say it,
I still want to
I
guess.
think it's in the 60s.
No, I'm going to say 25 or less.
Hey,
The Type R hype has dropped.
I am
Massively.
going. The last one sold for what, 40 something, right?
I think it was 48.
I am going 55,000.
I think it's somewhere in the 60s.
Give me a harder number than that. If you're gonna guess, give me a little bit harder number than that.
I'm gonna say it went for 64,000.
I 25 grand or less.
65.5.
What the fuck?
Right
65.
on.
65.
Hold on.
No,
Somebody say-
Daniel, I need you to understand something.
655, not 555, 655.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. We said 64.
Yeah, no, because it was
You
one of
said-
the.
you said 55.
Yeah, I said 55, but once he said the 60s, if I was picking 60s, it would have been 64.
No, fuck you. I'll buy a used GTR.
Okay, so
But you
1998
know
Integra
what?
Type R,
That
purchased new
new
by the seller and now shows 27,000 miles. 79 to 1,000 sold in the U.S. market. It does have mods, adjustable Coney yellow shocks and a Comptech air filter box.
Hey, I'm putting those on my Mustang.
But hey, hold on. I gotta say,
New
with how
timing
you're
belt,
saying,
tensioner, water pump. By the original owner with clean auto check. Factory literature.
with what he's saying about buying a GTR at that point, I'd rather have this. You know why? Yes, a GTR is cool. It's powerful. It does this. This is the last. It is the last of the Bryans. It is the last of the Mohicans of this. Just solid, fun. Everything's mechanical in it.
You know what?
For the most part,
And
everything.
speaking of, because we're talking about
Okay,
Integras.
you know what? You're onto something here.
This is a driver's car. You
this
will
right
have
here-
more fun with this $65,000
Okay,
of this.
It is a Survivor.
Okay, I love rear-wheel drive cars. I'm not a big fan of front-wheel drive cars. I don't like the engine kind of hanging out over the front axle center line. Yada yada yada. But really, when it comes down to it, especially for the time period that this was built, this really was, I think, the closest thing to Colin Chapman's ethos of simplifying that life.
It was.
Basically,
It was.
the only other car that was like this was the Civic Type R, which we didn't get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, that is one of those where you don't even. It goes back.
Okay, I'm not saying I would ever pay $65,000.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I got one last thing I
I
gotta
can
say about
totally
this
appreciate
car.
what these cars were.
Remember a couple episodes ago when we were talking about why people modify their cars? Now, why can you not keep it stock? That is a car that his mods that he's done, just adjustable shocks and struts and an airbox. That's all you need. You do not need to go do
So you've got the
cams,
white
all
wheels.
that stuff, and with that. No,
Yeah, not the silver wheels. It's got the factory white.
Oh.
It has the factory white
You
wheels.
Talking about Integras, by the
you
way.
do that. It's the perfect car. It's perfect.
And I'm looking
power,
at- and by the way,
perfect
like I
perfect
said,
everything. It's
When I
perfect
said if I
balance.
told you that this car had 2,700 miles instead
clean.
of 27,000 miles on it, you would believe it. I'm looking at all the pictures now in the gallery,
Well,
and it really is. This car never saw snow.
Well-
This car never saw
Well,
salt.
super quick. Will. What y'all say again for prices before he said?
I said 64. He said 60. He said
No,
55.
All right, Will said 63, and Will says that he's thinking by next year because of how much more they're increasing. He says he's going to think they're going to go for 100,000 next year.
For low mileage.
Okay,
perfect
actually,
example.
another car that I thought about for the listings. I had like 5 cars chosen. 2 of them were Supers, and one was a
Mark IVs?
one Mark IV, one Mark III.
Ooh, hey,
One Mark IV because it was like I think
Was that the blue one?
the black one.
Oh, the black one. I
The
didn't see
black, the black one sold for 57.
The blue one sold pretty cheap though. Or
The blue one went.
hold on. I would
Yeah.
really like to hit up on the Mark III. What did the Mark III
Okay.
go for? Because
All right, let me.
That
Well,
is-
Well, before we jump off
Chris said
Integras,
something.
before we jump
Chris
off
did it.
Integras, today I saw that generation Integra, not a Type R.
Was it the
that
orange
generation.
No, it's a red one.
No,
That-
no,
that
I was gonna
blue
say,
there,
I thought it was
That
Eric's.
dark
Eric's is an
red,
actual
that
Type R.
factory dark red, that generation, totally stock, Survivor car, old woman driving it, a Crystal River, and I mean this car was
I hope it was.
clean.
I hope it was a base model and automatic. That gets me going.
It probably
Oh.
was, but it was an old lady driving it, and I mean this car was a straight Survivor. There wasn't a ding or mark on this car that I could see as I was driving past it at 45 miles an hour. But she was in the lane next to me, and I was like, "Holy, look at that Integra!"
Huh?
See,
Mitsubishi.
like that's what's happened to me now. I'm looking at bone
Yeah.
stock
Integras.
Integras, going,
Damn, look at that.
Well, hell,
That's-
that's like that 240 with the bra on it. That's the original owner.
Oh, I
that
love
drives
that lady. I see her all the time.
Plus, that's like the.
She doesn't like being photographed.
No, she
okay,
does not.
this
Plus-
one. Okay, I gotta say this one surprised me a little bit. There's a 1990 Nissan Skyline GTST with an RB26 swap, so it's still a rear-wheel drive, two-wheel drive car. It only sold for $15,500.
Really?
Yeah.
And I mean, now stock RB20 GTSTs and Type M's are 13, 14, 15,000, and those in just in the past year have gone up $4,000 or $5,000.
I got my closing statement, so
And
sorry.
the-
Sorry.
like I said,
And to bring a trailer atmosphere though, a swap is
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
So,
I know. But what
um,
I mean was though is that the fact that
Still.
it's Godzilla's
Yeah.
engine.
It's basically a GT. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
a
you
deal.
know what I mean? I mean, it's got Godzilla's engine. I'll tell you that
So
much.
Mark IV.
Okay, so the Mark IV, I've got it saved in another tab. I'm trying to find the other ones I was looking at.
Because he had a couple, and we were. He
I
was
had like- I had
looking at
like-
them,
We're
I
not
found
that
it.
far over, so we
Yeah,
can.
because I had like-
no, we're.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I had
it's-
like 5
this is good
cars
shit
to-
that we're doing though. So.
Yeah, I had like 5 cars to look at. I had to narrow my list down. But of course, more auctions have ended since then. So,
But no,
You
it's
know,
like
have
Eric's Integra and that. Both his Integras have been actual Type R's and all that. And I will say, Eric, his orange one that he's got now, super quiet, idle, cruising around. Once that thing hits VTEC, holy shit! Well, you've
Yeah,
seen it.
Stop.
Oh,
I mean, Chris,
but-
I
but
almost trolled you a little bit. There was an '88 M6.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it sold for $22,000.
that's
Almost
about
23,
right.
But it's
You
really
hear
nice.
that crossover hit, and it is one of those. That is one of the
And this
best
one actually-
sounding motors.
And here's one that surprised, kind of surprised, I guess. A 3,000 mile 04 SVT Cobra Terminator went for $26,000.
They're pulling big money now. Those Terminator cars.
Well, I figured it would. I
stupid.
figured it would have gone for a little more with the low, ultra low
Well,
mileage.
hold on. What color was it? Was it missing
Red
brown?
performance.
Oh,
No, it was performance
wait.
red. But I mean, there's a red 2000 Lightning with 13,000 miles, went for 21.
There was 2. There was a first gen and a second gen red light.
I didn't see what this. I didn't see what the
There's
first one
currently
went
a
for.
first gen on Facebook Marketplace that is Pro Charge that is selling for $4,500 because it is sat for a bit and it is currently running rough. But it has a lot of modifications to it. And it's one of those, I want to send it to Two Legs to be a shop truck because I know Two Legs can fix
I was
that.
gonna say
For
that would
$4,500.
that would totally be a
Oh.
2 legs project.
Oh, this thing is
I gotta
nice.
go.
Okay, so anyway, we have our one owner 10,000 mile 93 Super Twin Turbo.
This is that's the 4, right?
4-speed automatic is Mark IV. 4-speed auto, black over black leather, 1 over.
Hard top or
restored
tugger?
Wait, did you say Mark III?
Mark
No,
IV.
this is a Mark IV.
This is
Oh, I
Mark
thought we
IV.
said Mark III.
No,
this is
he's
Mark-
looking up the Mark III after this.
I've got the Mark III.
Oh,
saved.
that's that black one.
Yeah, the black one. It went for.
Right?
It ended up going for 57.5,
Okay.
which I mean, in compared to some of the prices we've seen for some of these cars, even though it
200,000.
didn't get quite that high. But I'm just saying, some of the prices that we've seen, that's almost a bargain.
Yeah, it's not good.
You can buy it and relist it somewhere else for more money.
And
So
sit
it's
on
probably
it for
sell
a
it
year
to a
and make
dealer
30
for
grand.
more money. Even.
Okay, so the other one is an 89. It's a Mark III Super Turbo,
Which I think are better looking. than
white,
Mark IVs.
blue cloth interior. It's white pearl over blue cloth. Dude, the interior of this.
Dude, that's what that is. It's white and blue. I love that interior.
This is pearl. Dude, the interior, the blue interior is so freaking 80s. It's not even funny.
Miles.
86,000 miles, turbocharged 3-liter, 4-speed automatic,
That's the-
white pearl over blue cloth, sport package, cruise control,
What's the
window
motor
sticker,
on that?
service records, and
M7839428.
yeah, the car was
It's a hard
optioned.
number for something.
Car was optioned new with ABS and sport package, 86,700 miles.
Best thing
Oil
is
change and
Hondas.
inspection. It's in Pennsylvania.
How much that
Window
goes
sticker
for?
service. $8,400.
I was gonna say under 10 grand just because it's auto.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
good,
reason why this one sort of stuck out to me is because this is the Super that doesn't get me love.
No, it doesn't.
And they're fantastic.
They
Why
are
do they not get love?
Well, okay,
It's not a
the
2J.
layout on these cars is very similar to the FC and very similar to my old S30.
The reason they
But
didn't
it's
give
not the sports car that my S30 was.
Well,
it's
it's
a
a GT.
really nice GT cruiser.
and that's because of where we are.
Yeah, but I'm saying
because
the
the
Mark
Japanese variant of the Mark III was completely different. In
Yeah.
so much better. We got a 7M turbo, which is a fucking boat anchor.
7M. That's what I knew it had it.
Yeah,
Oh.
7MG Turbo.
Oh, it was a fucking boat anchor motor. And a lot of people bought those in automatics.
Yeah.
And they didn't make that much power. Did it get better on the end?
No,
Or
no,
worse?
it's
I finished
What?
mine. No, it doesn't.
It's hard to
All right,
get.
hold
It's
on.
hard to get a solid taste
Yeah.
of this beer because it doesn't sit around and do
Yeah.
normal beer things. It just fizzes up like a Coke.
So on our
It's still good though. I like it.
It's okay. You know what, guys? Hats off to doing something truly unique because that is different than anything I've ever had.
it has us stumped. You
Yeah.
don't know how to feel about it.
There's a citrusy to it. There's
See
a
what you
coffee
did there,
to it.
Dick?
It's citrusy. It's coffee. It's cokey.
But
It's a lot of things.
it's
It's an
too-
adventure.
Too
black
much
coat, I don't like
carbonation,
it.
though.
So I want to do our closing thing.
I
You got one more. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
have
one
one
more.
more that I thought, and again, I only looked at this just because of the number that it brought. This was a no reserve, which meaning whatever it brought, it was going to sell for. 2,800 mile, 91 NSX manual.
Ooh.
Red over black.
That's first year, right?
Timing belt and water pump replaced in 2018. Drive belts and spark plugs replaced in 2018. Service records renewed. Private party.
So, hey, that basically means it can go another 200,000 miles because it's a Honda.
90.
It can go more than that because it was the same 3-liter and 5-speed manual from the Accord.
I am going.
I'm saying 90.
Too high. Way too high.
I'm going 75. 75,000.
So we got 90, we got 75.
45K.
There's pictures of all the goodies that come with it. So 90,
75, 40.
45.
1025.
Oh,
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, NSXs with way more miles go for about 50 to 60. So I figured that
I
was
didn't know the market was that high on those.
Oh,
and
yeah.
NSX limited production and
The reason
fantastic.
They're
market.
so rare. You don't
No.
see them on the
Yeah.
market enough to
The
know
reason
market.
why they go for that price is because, one, it's a Honda. It's not a Lamborghini or Ferrari. That motor literally will go 200, 300,000
and
miles.
keep up with the Lamborghinis and the
yes.
Ferraris.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
Yes.
the car that would absolutely just mop the floor with a 348
Oh, yeah.
and be reliable.
Yeah, it's the supercar that
Works.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a car.
I like how I
Hey,
keep doing that bit. And
That's
keep
good.
working
It's-
with
it's
it.
a car.
It might not be the fastest. It might not be the best handling, but you know what? Do 3 laps around the track. It'll be the one that's actually
But-
still going and still
No.
handling.
Not only that, there's an old ass video on YouTube of Ayrton Senna
Yeah.
taking a right-hand
Yeah.
drive one around Suzuka.
And it is wonderful. It's that white one that he
It's
took
the
around.
white one. I had read that when he brought it back after a couple of laps, the car itself had so much chassis grip, it was overpowering the tires, and the tires had cords hanging out of them after a few laps. Literally, the car outperformed the tires it was on.
Well, that's when they were designing the R.
Yeah.
And they had him take the stock one and go around trying to figure out what they were going to do for the R. And that's what they ended up doing. I think they actually ended up loosening up the R to make it so it handled better.
And then,
If I'm not
but that was
mistaken,
also
I
the
could
same
be
video
mistaken.
that also had a camera showing
His
Ayrton
heel
Senna
toe.
driving in freaking loafers
Yep.
and heel towing the shit out of that
Yep.
car. So
Yep.
yeah, like I said, it was amazing car.
Senna at full
So,
send.
Ayrton
Street car.
Senna in a street car.
So I
around
want
Suzuka.
to do
At full
our
send.
closeout thing with how did you guys like that Fox body picture I sent? That rendering.
Oh
Okay.
man.
That blew my mind,
he
and
sent
I
us
will
a
tell you
picture.
what, it is wonderful in
He
all
sent
their
us-
sense.
He sent us a picture of a Fox body hatch
It was an arrow car.
with an arrow car, so it had smooth side windows, and you can see it's got R32 front clip and tail on it.
And it works, and it is wonderful.
It looks so freaking good.
You do realize I didn't even realize that's what that was.
Yes,
It works so well.
That's an R32
I just went,
front.
oh look at R32, R30.
And that's
okay.
sorry, I did
That's-
something.
that's-
And
that's
that's
on
an
a-
R32
on a
front
Fox
and
body
R32 rear with an R32 spoiler, and I will tell you what.
That
But with the hood cut out with fucking
With the fucking air cleaner.
2 air cleaners sticking out of it.
Yeah.
That made little Mike happy.
Yeah.
That made little
But
Mike
It
happy.
gives
Wait a
you
minute.
that hissing sensation.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
it gave me the physical sensation. Of
Okay,
that.
wait a minute. Okay, Fox bodies were like the ultimate car for my high school years. If you had one of those, you were freaking cool. And the R32 is my freaking bucket list car. So
Because it was new when you were in high school.
because it was new when I was in high school. So yeah, that punches all sorts of.
I
tingles
saw
on
that
me.
on the internet, and I'm like, internet wins, done. And everybody's like, oh, they riced down a Mustang. I'm like, oh my god,
No, they
you
didn't.
guys are
They made it good.
fucking assholes. I'm like, you finally made an Aero front Mustang look good. Fight me.
I like the Aero front Mustang.
4 eyes are the best eyes.
Yeah, I mean everything about this
Well, my older brother had a
Just
93.
Works.
Especially that rear. That's the thing that gets me is that rear end.
And they kept the hatch roof
They-
line. They
yeah.
didn't alter it into
No,
the hoop.
they didn't, and it's just one of those just
So
wait.
now,
Imagine it on a coupe.
exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
who's
really,
good with Photoshop?
if you do a side profile of an R32 and a Fox coupe, an Aero coupe next to one another, they're not that far off.
Oh God, yeah. No,
So yeah,
that
that one hit all kinds of.
Yeah, sorry guys,
all kinds of
that
cool buttons
that
for
hit me, and I saw that, and I'm like, this is Sparta. I'm gonna kick. Yeah.
Oh, and Dan, Squirrely Dan, I have an observation for you, or maybe a bone to pick, if you will. You know, when you were kind of saying, like the last episode, you were talking about, like the Ford fanboy stuff. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Out of all the weird cars that I've sent you guys off the internet, from Craigslist or Marketplace or Bring a Trailer or eBay, and all the stuff that I've done for Bring a Trailer on the show, how many of those have been Fords?
Understandable. I was just talking about main content we speak about, but yeah, no, it was just something I had to pick on you guys about. But I know,
your own
especially you of all people.
Mazdas.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk all the shit you want there, Mazda boy, but you drive a Ford.
I was gonna say your car can be entered into our
And
show
we
because
went
it
back
says
on
for
that
no
last
go
time, but that's fine.
so
But
many
you of
parts.
all people, I know you're not. You're very diversified and everything.
I'm very diversified too. Yes,
that's
I have owned nothing but Fords, but you know what? How many times have there been stuff that there would be a clean Fox body sitting
You know
over
what?
here,
Here's the
but
thing.
I'm like,
Here's something. I've often made jokes to people that if I had like absolute lottery money, I was building my dream house. It would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 25-car garage full of weird shit.
mhm.
And if Mike had a 25-car garage that's filled with weird shit, I know there'd be a handful of Fords in there, probably a few Fords in mine.
It would be a lot
I also
of Fox,
know.
but
I
only
also
Fox
know.
bodies.
I also know that in Mike's garage there would be a Triumph Stag.
Oh yeah, fuck
Oh, hell
yeah,
yeah.
fuck
In my
yeah.
garage there would definitely be a TBR of some sort. Because TBRs, I mean, as far as British sports cars go, TBRs are the most properly mental cars there
Exactly.
are. I'd have to have an E-Type, preferably a Series 1.5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Covered headlights
Me
with a
too.
drop fork.
Me too. Same thing. That's the most
And
beautiful car ever made.
everybody can talk about Jag straight, V12. I would rather have the straight 6 just because that XK engine is.
It's
The
amazing.
XK engine by itself sitting on a stand, it's pretty.
I will tell you what, there would be a brown 83 GSLE SE in there with the 3.9 thing, just so I could have you guys passenger and us not catch fire. There would be an 86 Sierra Rex in blue and silver that I can be like, hey, fire extinguisher, we're good, let's go, Brian.
Will said he'd have a fleet of Dacia Sanders.
Oh, he would.
So mine would be, we'd be walking through my garage, and I would go, that's the BMW wing.
And that's it.
That's the BMW wing. Here's a Ford Mustang.
And
The rest of it is the BMW wing.
But I also know that you would keep the pickup truck you bought from them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that
It would be coyote swapped at that point, but I would have that
Hey,
pickup.
you do realize that the people that her parents are living with, their son Jake, his biological dad has a 300 straight 6 F-150 now that has a turbo strapped onto it,
Why not?
and it is running perfectly at like 25 pounds of boost, and it is blowing the 120 foot off of the line, is blowing everybody out of the way and pissing people off, and is wonderful.
Right.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah.
No, I don't. Listen, I want you to know, I don't intend to ever change that truck.
Don't try to end this thing. We're going.
I don't ever intend to change that truck. I drove it all last week.
Yeah.
And I mean every day, drove it to work, drove it home, drove it to work, drove it home. It doesn't miss a beat. It doesn't overheat. It doesn't stumble. The transmission shifts perfectly.
What we got?
Will said one of them would be a Singer Porsche 911.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
I agree,
Fucking
and I
50
wouldn't have an
bajillion
E-Type. I would have an E-Type.
Mazda Speed 3.
Oh, yeah.
Just, well, I want to
Yes.
drive it sometime.
Hold on. Will. You can drive stick, right?
Yeah.
You can drive manual.
Yeah, he drove my car home when I was. He drove the '86 home when I was super drunk. He's
Okay.
the only other person who drove the '86
Will?
home.
No,
like
he
that.
drove
Will, when you move up
Yeah.
here, you can drive my Speed 3. Like, whenever you get up here and you want
I
to.
think he's driven to Focus. I'm not sure.
You can drive my Speed 3. You'll love it. It's so much fun. But yeah, no, we need to stop.
So we're, yeah.
Yeah, hey, hey,
9:30,
we'll
an hour
end.
and a half.
We'll end, but trust me, this conversation is not ending,
Oh God,
guys.
no.
Right.
But anyway, thank you guys so much
Yes,
for
thank
watching.
you.
We really appreciate it. Make sure if you guys like us to drop the little subscribe there with the old follow button.
Okay, wait a minute. You have to do this right. We're Finds and Business coming at you live, and be sure to hit that like.
Yeah, guys.
Go ahead, smash
that bell.
Hey, don't forget the thumb. If you hit it 3 times.
Oh yeah, hit the bell, guys. Hit the bell.
Smash the bell.
Yeah, hit the bell. If you hit the thumb 3 times, it turns yellow.
Yeah, and we're doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers.
Where are we at now on subscribers?
76.
Still the same.
We're almost there, guys.
We're
100
trying.
subscribers. We're
Guys,
giving away a
guys,
detail kit.
seriously, we've been saying this since day 1. We are not joking. Seriously, just help us. We're like 24 people away from hitting 100 subscribers.
So share this on Facebook and tell all your
Yes.
friends to subscribe to it.
And don't forget, we're coming to Twitch very soon.
Yes, it's not a shitty like giveaway that we're gonna do. Like seriously, us, we are not. You're not getting Armor All. Trust me. You're
You're not. You're not.
Armor All is the
Armor All will
devil.
be nowhere
Armor
near
is the
that
work
kit.
of the
Yeah.
devil.
Your giveaway will be worth $50+. Trust me, because we're gonna give you good shit. We're not gonna give you shit. So.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great night. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
Oh,
Yes.
and if any of you guys know of any beers we should try,
Yes.
drop it in the
Yeah.
comment
Drop
section,
in the
send us an
comments.
email or whatever, findsandbusiness@gmail.com. Let us know what you think.
I
so much
really
fun.
wish they could see the Dale Earnhardt picture over there.
Oh,
Because
that's Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, and Jeff Gordon.
I
Yeah,
had
this
that.
is from
Hold on.
2000.
No,
Okay.
I'm going over. I have had
All
that
right, guys,
poster
we're
since I was a
ending this. We're doing
child.
it for Dale. We're doing it for Dale.
Oh, can y'all see that good enough? That is also, if you can see in the top right corner, that's autographed as well. I've had that poster since I was a child.
Right now you hear the Eagles going.
Yeah.
That's the year before he died,
Right
right
now,
there.
Lena's looking at the picture on the right, and she's doing girl thing.
Oh yeah, because.
All right, guys,
Dylan.
take it easy.
Next
See
time.
ya.
See you in 2 weeks.